Hey everybody, what's up? SpeedyHawk here, and I'm joined with the one and only Valkyrie.
Hi everybody.
Listen, exciting news, but we're going to be doing an Engage Ironman next week, if you're free next week, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the Thracia Ironman should be over by now by the time this is posted. I might even post this on Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving, Americans.
Happy Turkey Day.
The point of this video is we're going to be choosing which units we are interested in using, and we're going to be picking which rings to don on the fingers of these characters. I think it's a lot of fun to theory craft this game. I don't know about you, Glitter.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, so we should have a little nice healthy debate about this. I'm going to go over the rules of our Iron Man before we start, just to make it clear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number one, the rule. This is going to be a story playthrough, so we're going to sit through this terrible story. I know you kind of
It's not
like
terrible. It's not.
We're gonna sit through all the cutscenes because I didn't do that the first time. So that's rule number one. Rule number two. DLC is banned. We are not allowed to use the DLC bracelets or the characters. This is gonna be
Tiki.
I know, I'm gonna miss Tiki. But I think the game's more interesting without those, for an Iron Man at least. I think it makes it not easy, but more manageable. Okay, maybe easy. Maybe it makes it too easy. Rule number three, when we start our file, they're going to give us a bunch of like wave bonus stuff for the DLC. We're going to get a ton of items, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've decided which ones are usable and which ones are not. Completely arbitrary, because I should just ban all of them, but I'm not going to, because I feel like the steel weapons should be usable. Anyway, we are not allowed to use the stat boosters that we get from the DLC wave, the SP books, the silver weapons, and the Engage weapon refinement crystals that are like supposed to be endgame, but they give you some for some reason. And then we are allowed to use the steel weapon set that they give us, the 30,000 gold, the 5,000 bond fragments, and the 20 silver ingots. But, stipulation, we are not allowed to spam dogs in the farm for ingots.
We have a pet plan.
That's right. We need at least 2 orange tabby cats and a white dog. For glitter's sake. And maybe a hawk. We might be able to get an eagle.
That would be amazing.
I decided to use the gold and the bond fragments just so we don't have to grind as much for bond fragments in the, what's it called? Somnial?
Yes.
It's boring.
Yes.
Just give us the 5,000, okay? I won't do push-ups every time. I won't do the flying minigame.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness,
it'll expedite things.
No, I think it's fair.
Yeah, I think it's fair. Also, the well is banned from being used. I don't even know if Glitter knows what the well is, but
I never used it.
We're not using it. Online features are allowed, so we could get those gold and purple spots on the maps for extra EXP and bond fragments, so I don't have to grind as much in the Somnial for bond fragments. And then, finally, we will be playing on random growths mode because it's more fun than fixed growths.
Mm-hmm.
Got all that?
Yes.
All right, if you guys have a problem with the rules, let me know.
Sorry.
Sorry in advance. Now we can start the fun part. Let's talk about units, Glitter.
Okay.
All right, so Aleer is a given.
Of course. She's
now,
also wonderful. We love her.
Yeah, we're playing female Aleer because we like the VA a lot. Now, with Aleer, I usually put Corrin on Aleer and make her more of a support, and she takes like a back seat. She sits around, like, uses her passive to boost people's attack and defense. And she's dragon veining like every turn, so she doesn't see combat a lot. But this run, I think I should give her a combat ring instead of Corrin. So I'm going to be feeding her like a lot. So we'll talk about that when we get there. Any other characters on this list that you would love to use?
Diamant, of course.
Well, he's the coolest. I don't think he's very good, but we're going to use...
How dare you?
I'm just saying it as it is. I'm sorry. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is going to be a Maddening Iron Man. So I should cut that into the rules. It's fine. People will know.
It's fine.
Okay, anyone else? I really think we should use Chloe. I think Chloe is one of the strongest units in the game. You disagree?
I don't like her.
Okay, Chloe's going back on the bench.
I feel like I should make a disclaimer that I am fully aware that my taste is bad and that I don't have very popular Engage opinions. But you know what? I have to be honest. So
she is such a great character. Are you kidding me?
She's so boring.
You want to try this eyeball? Please?
Fairy tales. That's
She's
it.
beautiful, Glitter.
Okay.
That's enough. Enough said. No, but honestly, I do think she's a very strong unit.
All right.
Okay, well, you don't sound very convinced. Let's keep going.
I've never used her.
Okay. I'll just straight up ban. I'm not using clan. I refuse to. And I refuse to
bless
use
his heart.
Boucheron.
He's trying. But Boucheron's fun.
I hate Boucheron's skill stat, and he has a pretty bad strength growth, and he has a pretty bad luck stat. I swear to God, Boucheron always faces crit. Like, he's like Ivy, where he just always faces crit. You can fix those things, but I don't think I'm going to. And same with Vander. Vander we're going to use early, but like I'm going to drop him as soon as I can.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Fram. I've heard some interesting things about Fram.
Mm-hmm.
Now, typically, I use her like a lot early game, and then I drop her like after chapter 11.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, one of the users in my Discord member server, Andrew, made a case for her that she could be a very good bondage shield user as a chi adept. We're gonna try.
I mean, it's
I'll
interesting.
I think it could be cool. So I'll explain when we do the rings. We're just gonna do the squad for now. All right. I'll explain like the justification. Alfred.
Okay.
Use?
Like I love Alfred, but also he's never been all that good for me.
Destitute pony.
He is a destitute pony.
Now from what I understand, Alfred is also a very good Lucina user.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like early and mid game, Alfred's a monster, but he falls off for me. Unless you do the Lucina build or like something else that I'm not thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he'll be like one that gets benched pretty quickly. Etier. I'm a big Etier fan. However, I will acknowledge that she's not amazing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try and use her, and if she gets strength screwed because it's random growths, I will drop her. How's that sound?
Okay.
Saline.
I would pass, but
I know you're not a fan.
Want to use her.
Hear me out.
Should we tell them what I called her?
Go ahead.
No, maybe I shouldn't. Never mind.
I forgot. What was Teapot Mannequin?
No, I called her a yellow mannequin because you call
mannequin.
Ninian a turquoise mannequin.
Well,
and she is more mannequin-y. She is more mannequin-y.
No, she is not.
Yes, she is. She's
she can emote.
That's it.
Ninian only has one face, and it's unsure. Or she smiles once. She smiles.
She is worried. She has other faces.
Okay, so Saline, I think Saline is one of the best Sigurd users in the game. I'm going to show you the light, okay? You'll see.
Okay, I think she's a yellow mannequin, but that's okay.
I agree. Her supports suck, but I'm still going to use her. Louis, I'd like to use him. No?
I'm sorry.
No.
I don't like him.
Explain.
Like, half of my rationale for this is I like them or I don't like them.
No, that's the fun part. I'm totally down for that, because I would like to use more varied units this run.
I'm going to get everyone killed.
I think Louis is very strong, especially early game.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's really nice to have a high defense unit just like chilling with you, you know?
Well, I think you need him on Maddening for those first few chapters, but I always benched him as soon as I could.
These picks are more for like what our end game team is going to look like.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to bench Louis, I'm fine with that. But I did want to try him this run because everybody vouches for him. Not everybody, but a lot of people do. A lot of people.
I mean, truthfully, I benched most of Firene, so a lot of these characters are new to me. So I'm willing to try something new. No, I won't, but that's okay.
I'll put Louis here for now. And it's an Ironman. People are going to die, so we might have to replace people.
Yeah.
Anna.
I don't want to use her.
She requires a lot of investment for an Ironman, so I'm fine with not using her.
Okay.
Yunaka.
No.
I'm going to have to use her early game, Glitter.
Okay.
Like, she might not stay on the squad afterwards, but I'm going to give her EXP solely for Chapter 11. I think you kind of need to. But I'll put her here, okay?
Okay.
We're not going to explain. There's too many Yunaka fans. Don't explain yourself. They're going to dox you.
I mean, no, I'm pretty sure that I've made it known that I do not like her, so.
But I a papaya, Glitter.
It will. No one will ever make me like her, so it's okay. We're just gonna leave it there.
Okay. Jean.
No, thank
Or
you.
Jean, sorry. It's Jean, right?
Jean.
I
Yes.
hate this archetype of character. As good as he is, I do not like, what do they call them, trainees?
Yeah,
I never
he's
use
definitely
trainees.
like, yeah, he's a trainee. Why are they
I don't-
letting him go to war? He's a child.
Well, because he's British. Al Christ.
I love.
He's on the... No, he's off the squad. Okay. Let's make a deal.
I'm listening.
I think Alchrist is terrible in Ironmans because his damage relies on Luna and crits. But we are playing on random gross mode, so there's a chance he gets good strength, right?
There's a chance.
Etier on fixed gross mode gets so many strength level ups, but because it's random, she might get screwed. So, if Etier does not get good strength, if she's not like 2 points higher than by the time we get Alchrist in terms of strength, because like Alchrist, you get him like level 11 or something, I forget. You could probably get Etier to like level 7 or 8, and usually her strength ends up higher. Her speed's worse, her skill is worse, like everything seems worse, but with archers, I feel like strength is king for the most part. That's just me.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
So, yeah, if you could like one-shot flyers, like that's the dream, right? And I feel like Alchrist can't reliably double flyers late game anyway, unless you give him the Lin Ring. So, if Etier ends up strength screwed, I'm willing to use Alchrist over her. What were you going to say?
I mean, I think that's reasonable. I don't know how much input I can give because I do use the DLC bracelet on him. So so I don't have a ton of experience without it. The Three Houses one.
Okay. Yeah, that's a really good bracelet. That one's like insane.
It's very good.
Yeah, so I'm not planning to give Etier or Alchrist Lin. And I've heard tons of people like say Alchrist needs Lin to be good. Because he could like alacrity people and his skill gets boosted, his speed gets boosted. And he could proc Luna on Astrostorm. But I'm probably going to give Lin to someone else on this run. And I think people know who I'm going to give it to. So yes.
The correct answer, yes.
Now, disclaimer. If both these characters end up strength screwed,
yeah,
I'm going to try Warrior Amber as my archer.
Oh,
I'm just letting you know. So if their strength is fine, I'm probably not going to use Amber because I don't like him or his voice, but I've heard great things about Amber. So there's a chance he might be on the squad, okay? I'll consider him.
Okay.
Now, Lapis. We're just going to go down the line.
Her. I love her so much.
Lapis is horrible.
I've never made a good one, but I love her so much.
But we're going to use her on this run.
We're going to get her killed.
If she gets killed, it makes room. But I'd like to try and get her to work.
Me too.
I have gotten her to work on my first run. How do you feel about Citrine?
She is one of my favorite characters in the entire game. We have to use her.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. We have to use Citrine. That's a must. I'm willing to use her. I still think Olwen Ring on her is amazing, so maybe we'll gamble a little bit when we get Leaf and see if we can get Olwen for her. If not, I have a plan for her. I'll use her.
What's the plan?
I'll get there when I get to the rings. I want it to be a surprise.
Okay.
Jade? I'm willing to bench Jade. I don't think she's great.
I wish I could make her work, but I've never made her work. I like Jade, but it's never worked.
People in the comments are going to go nuts. You're going to be like, Jade's really good if you do this. And
Please tell me, because I've never made it work.
This is a thought experiment, guys. You can, in the comments, feel free to like give us advice on how to make certain characters good. We're doing this based off of favoritism and like our personal biases with how good we think these units are based on our own runs. So I don't mean to offend anyone when I say I think Jade is bad, because I'm sure she's great in some way.
Please tell me how to make her good.
Yeah, you change her to warrior or something. That's probably it. Ivy I'm using.
Must use. She's my second favorite character in the entire game.
I'm glad we agree. Glad.
She's the best.
Kagetsu.
I love Kagetsu.
He's very, very good. We should try and use him. I think. How many characters do we have? Well, we're gonna drop Vander. I'm dropping Vander from here because like he's temporary.
Yeah, he's temporary.
Yeah. Let me see. I want to use Louis like over here. I'm still on the fence about him. Alchrist is on the fence. Etier is on the fence. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a separate category for if they get strength screwed. But these are the characters I definitely want to use.
Like, I love Kagetsu. I have seen him fall off occasionally towards the end.
Yeah.
But maybe you have a plan for that.
Wyvern. that's the plan. He's all speed. His strength is like fine. But if you change into Wyvern, the class bonus growth you get like fixes him pretty much.
Also, he looks amazing, which is very important.
I hate his color scheme actually. Like his base outfit is sick, but if you class change him to anything, his color scheme, I made him like a thief in my first playthrough, and I called him Woody because he looked like a cowboy. Like he had red boots, blue jeans, and like a yellow vest. He looked really dumb. But I would like to use Kagetsu this run too. Zelkov I'd like to use.
I adore Zelkov. We have to use him.
There's a big debate. Who's better, Zelkov or Yunaka?
There's one correct answer.
Wow.
I'll let you guys decide. I love Zelkov.
I think Yunaka has a better passive, and she has res. I think she's just a more reliable Zelkov. But Zelkov could pop off harder, I think.
He speaks with asterisks.
Okay, we gotta use him. I like Zelkov too. I like him a lot. Fagato, I would like to use.
Love Fagato. Mine has just not always performed all that great.
I used him on my last Ironman, and he wasn't the best unit, but I feel like the Radiant Bow is just such a good weapon, especially against Wyverns. Like, Alchrist needs to proc something to one round a Wyvern. Etier probably not going to be able to do it unless she has the Radiant Bow too. Fagato has a pretty good magic stat for like a base bow class. You know, I don't have to waste a second seal on him.
Yeah, I'm totally willing to do it. I love him, so.
All right, I'm going to use him then.
Go off. Yeah.
Andreo, too good to pass up. Come on. He's so good. He is so good. To? I think we should.
No. If you want to use them, we can.
No.
Oh.
Pick one from these
can't.
two. You have to.
I can't.
They're getting bigger glitter.
Make them smaller. Oh, if we have to.
He's so good, though. And he's a nice guy.
I've heard he's very good.
You need to do his supports glitter. He's such a nice guy. He's such a
I don't want to look at him.
Okay, we'll put the Sami costume on him, okay?
Oh my gosh.
Bunei. I think Bunei's the worst character in the game.
Really?
Like, in terms of viability. Yeah, I think he's the lowest for me.
I've never actually used him.
His stats are so whack. Like that I don't think he's very good. But he is voiced by Ian Sinclair.
That is a selling point, but I don't think we're going to have room for him unless everybody dies.
Unless people die. You know, this whole thing is just an idealized version of how the run will go, you know? Tamara.
I love her. I just don't know if we can make her work.
I like the idea of using Tamara, and I've also heard cases for using her, like giving her the Erica ring and like a really high invested Brave Lance. But I'm not super convinced that like she's good without DLC.
Yeah.
I still think she's like pretty bad with her build set. It's so rough.
Mine did a lot of 0x2, but I love her.
Proc Sandstorm. Just proc Sandstorm. No, this is an Ironman. You take your Alchrist, you take your Tamara, and you go gamble over there, okay?
What a fun party that would be with those two.
Panette. I know you don't like her.
I don't like her, but I would love to see how she actually works because I've never actually used her.
I think she's top 3. However, she needs the Ike Ring to be good. And if we're using Diamant, I think we should give him the Ike Ring. That.
Yes, he does need it.
So if Diamant dies, I will replace him with Panette. And
if Diamant dies, the run is over.
I will replace my co-host because Glitter will leave if Diamant dies. But Panette, I think Panette's top 3 in my power rankings. I don't know how you guys feel. Marin, very solid unit.
I've always wanted to use her, but then like there just aren't that many spots.
She comes right out of the box like good. I've never like popped off with a Marin, but you can't go wrong with her, I would say. So like if someone dies, she's a replacement for me. Okay? Like these guys down here, I'm probably benching them and not using replacements. I'd like to use Yunaka, but Glitter has vetoed me. Okay?
Sorry.
C-Doll is a must. You have to use C-Doll.
Absolutely. Love him. He looks amazing. Also, he can dance.
Hortensia is also probably a must for me.
We probably have to use her if we want to live.
You could make other good staff units. It's just Hortensia does it the best. Gold Mary is my wife.
So of course we have to bring her along.
And the good thing is, I happen to subscribe to the strategy of spamming heroes with dual assist or whatever it's called. And she comes as a hero. All you have to do is hit level 5. So I don't even know if I'm going to give her a ring, even though she's my wife.
Oh.
We'll have to see.
You have to give her a ring. Just give her the packed ring.
Yeah. She'll get the packed ring. Rosado.
I love him so much. But I don't think we have room for him.
There's always room to make him a hero again and give him dual assist. There's always room for that. I think these guys down here are just like, turn me into a hero and use me as dual assist because we have high SP.
I have never done that.
It's such a good strategy. Except on the final boss, it's not that great. But it's such a good strategy otherwise. That might end up what ends up being Rosado's fate. Same with Linden. King KP, one of my mods, thinks Linden as a sniper is like top 3 unit.
But I don't want to use him.
There you go. I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to hear out King KP because he always yells at me about it.
Aww.
So he's in the maybe. We'll see. Saphir, probably, if we use her, she's going to turn into a dual assist hero.
I forgot her name.
Saphir.
There she is.
Mauvier.
I love him. If someone dies. You hate him? Really?
I despise this character.
Oh.
I don't. I just think he's kind of boring.
But there's a beauty in being boring sometimes.
Yeah. He has a tragic backstory. Yeah.
Does he? I don't even know if this is all that tragic, but comparatively.
I forgot what it was, actually. Doesn't he just, like, he converted to the Loptian church? Or not Loptian. Whatever they're called. Sombron church.
It's basically the same. The Church of Sombra.
Sombria. Whatever. And then Vale, when we get her, I will probably end up using her.
Love her so much.
Mauvier could go up
Do we even have enough spaces for all these characters?
At endgame, you get like 14 slots, and I'm sure people are going to die.
Oh, I'm sure. Yes.
We're going to get crit. Okay? So now that we got the initial bench out of the way, do you agree with this, by the way? Or do you want to make changes?
I think it's reasonable. I'm a little bit sad about Alfred, but that's okay.
I just don't know. In the comments, if you guys have a good build for Alfred that is not Lucina, let me know. Because, I don't know. I just feel like he's not all that great.
He's not. I just like him.
Because, like, the thing about the Lucina build, let me explain this to you. If we do end up using him as the Lucina bot, he's naturally, like, pretty bulky in his PRF class, right? I forgot what it's called.
Yes.
And with Lucina's engage mode, you can use Bonded Shield, and it has an 80% chance to, like, block an incoming attack for allies, right? And you get to do that for, like, 3 to 4 turns, depending if you have the Bond Ring maxed out. And because Alfred is so tanky, the AI won't target him most of the time over your other allies that he'll be protecting. I saw this in Mecha's video. He brought someone on to talk about Alfred's viability. And it was pretty interesting. However, Alfred would be a cav, right?
Yeah.
Other cavs, his bonded shield would have a 100% activation rate. So it'd be great if we had multiple cavs and used him. But if we have a Chi adept, their personal, like, class archetype with bonded shield has a 100% chance to work on anybody. Now, the argument for Fram being here is that she has a good amount of supports with a good amount of characters, and Lucina boosts your support ranking, so she gets more avoid. And if you give her and avoid refined weapon, she can get pretty close to 0% chance of being hit, and the AI won't target her on maddening mode. That's what Andrew said, at least.
I mean, it's interesting.
If I can make her untargetable, like, she'll be crazy with protecting everybody. So I think we should go for this. And maybe Alfred goes up here because he's a nice guy. I do like Alfred a lot, too. Any ideas for rings, Glitter? Or should I just give you mine?
A Diamant needs Ike.
I think Diamant goes on Ike. He'll be our bulky wrath critter.
Yes.
Does he get fast?
Ivy
Maybe
Lynn.
I'll give him speed wings. I don't know.
You know what? We are going to force feed him every single speed wing we get. I do this every single time. It works out amazing.
Yeah, his speed is his
him
biggest downfall.
Yeah, we're going to give him an engraved killing edge. It's going to be perfect.
With like the Ike user, I like to give them holdout from Roy as a skill inheritance.
Mm-hmm.
And Soul with holdout actually sounds pretty good. He might not ever proc Soul, but when he does, like, that'd be sick.
He is the best tank. Also,
you're very biased, but we'll prove the haters wrong. I feel like most
if you
people
love him enough, he works.
I love Diamant, and we're gonna prove the haters
you love him
wrong.
enough. I do.
I think most people would rank Diamant like bottom 5.
Well, most people would be wrong then. Sorry, I'm extra spicy tonight. I'm tired.
No. We're here for the spice. We're here for the spice. I'll just go with the ones that I feel like are musts. I feel like Thaleen on Sigurd is a must.
Okay.
Let me explain. Sigurd's overdrive with Mystic class scales off of magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it targets res. That's great and all, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, you need a sword to use it, or a lance. You need like a melee weapon to use it, right?
Yeah.
Luckily, we have Levin Sword.
Levin Sword.
Saline in her PRF class has access to Levin Sword while having a pretty dang good magic stat. So the damage on Override is just insane when you use her. You could probably do the same thing with like Mauvier and Flame Lance, but I feel like Saline just does it better. This Flame Lance sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And we could get a Levin Sword super early through the Forge. So she'll be like, you'll see, she'll be like such an insane early game carry.
Oh no, I've seen it. It's fine.
Also, I'm probably going to give her Draconic Hex from Korn. So, like, everyone she hits in Override will also get debuffed, which is just, like, good for boss encounters. I think that's a really good combo.
Yeah.
Anything else is a must.
Ivy Lynn.
I've had a lot of doubters of Ivy Lynn, but I still think it's an insanely good combo.
I'll die on this hill. Yes. I love it.
You want to explain why it's so good?
It just works. With her mobility, I think she's fantastic.
Let me defend myself before anyone in the comments gets angry. Listen, I know Lin Ring makes a lot of characters viable and insane.
Mm-hmm.
Lin Ring is a very good boosting ring. Ivy naturally has like insanely good magic. Her magic stat is through the roof. And he has pretty decent bulk for a flyer.
Mm-hmm.
Like her bulk is actually like, it's middling to good, I would say. So when you give her what she's missing, which is speed and luck, it patches her weaknesses, and she can pretty much one round like 90% of the late game enemies with Alacrity and Speed Taker and a +5 Bolganone, which is refined to give her.
It's so good.
It needs to give her Avoid or Dodge. It needs to give her Dodge so she doesn't face crit because her luck is one of the worst in the game. But I just feel like having a nuke that can fly, you can go over terrain, which is a pain in the ass in the late game too.
Yes.
You can use Canter. You can free up one of your slots so you don't need to take Speed Taker, and you can just use Canter as a skill. It makes her so maneuverable. Astra Storm, you lose out on a lot of damage from Astra Storm because you need physical for that. But with the Moolah gear, you could still like one-shot Wyverns with it. I think it's still pretty good as a tool. And I use Astra Storm as like a baiting tool for bosses anyway. I'm not really using it to kill people as much as most people would. So yeah, that's my defensive Ivy Lynn.
And you can make like decoys in basically any place that you want to because she has such great mobility.
Exactly. Flyers have that like perk. There we go. Defensive Ivy done. Okay. Now Kagetsu and Lapis. We might end up benching Lapis, but because we love her so much, I feel like these two and Zelkov even are in conversation for the Roy ring.
I don't know what to do with Zelkov because I always give him Lucina.
I get that. I mean, do you do it for the follow-up?
Mm-hmm. It's so good.
Does it poison on the follow-up? I don't know if it does.
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've played this game.
No, yeah. It's been like a year. Anyway, I just feel like the Roy ring with holdout and the +5 levels makes characters with like middling strength usable, and they have survivability. Blazing Lion is not a good move unless like I'm missing something. I don't think it's that great, but holdout and the engage mode giving you +5 levels is super valuable for me.
Yeah.
Maybe Kagetsu gets Leaf. I don't know. I've done this and it actually works out pretty decently.
Okay.
But I feel like Aleer should get Leaf in this run. So
Aleer
we'll have to talk
Corn,
about it.
but okay. Okay.
Yeah, Aleer Corn is super good, and I will die on this hill.
So good.
But last run when I had a weak Aleer, it felt so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like for an Ironman, it's rough because like you're always at risk of losing the run.
Yeah.
I love having the flexibility of using whatever vein I want because I do like fog is super useful. The water is super useful. Even the stone, like the one that prevents you from getting broken, like that's a pretty usable one. Or is it Vine? I forget.
Is the Vine healing? I don't remember.
Sucker is the healing.
Ah.
I think. It's been a while. But even Sucker's like really good. But we're probably going to get the most use out of Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Because Fire is just like really good for suppressing enemy mobility. But yeah, let's do this unless something catastrophic happens.
Okay.
Okay, so who are we left with?
Hortensia needs to be with Micaiah.
That's just a given, I think. And then eventually when we get Vale, she'll be the Corrin user. I think she's the best Corrin user.
Makes sense.
She's a dragon too. She gets all the benefits Aleer gets, but she has access to tomes. So you can like 3-space. You can 3-space freeze people when you're transformed. Because of what's it called? The bog down one that makes their movement cut. Like it's really good. Just trust me. Okay, Seedall doesn't need a ring. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
I think Chloe gets Erica.
Sure.
Low strength. She does true damage. She gets health restoration. It's a good combo. Can't go wrong. Okay?
Okay.
Now, this sounds stupid. I think Fogado should get Celica.
Well, if you're going to go Radiant Boat, makes sense.
Exactly. Get the extra magic. Fogado, in his PRF class, has a damage reflecting passive, and you get Holy Stance from Celica. You could reflect so much damage back. I mean, it might kill Fogado, but it's cool, right? Pondreo, until we get Vale, I think should be the Corrin user for access to Flame Vein.
Okay.
And then Goldberry's my wife. I feel like anyone could use Byleth pretty well.
Byleth is so good.
I'm just gonna
is she gonna fly? No, she's not gonna fly.
She's gonna be a hero, most likely.
Because I really, really like to use a flyer with his ring because that dance, the goddess dance.
What does it give?
It comes in clutch. It just comes in clutch, and to be able to do that anywhere with the mobility of a flyer is nice. But you know what? You give her the ring that she deserves. It's a good ring.
Litter, we could always do this and make Rocker Gamer very upset.
What do you mean?
Rocker Gamer hates Rosado. He was like, please don't use Rosado.
I'm sorry for your taste. Rosado's amazing. I get why people don't like Rosado, but I love Rosado. To each their own.
Well, if you want a flyer, we could always class change. I'm willing. I was planning to go Hero Lapis, but I'm willing to do Wyvern Lapis because I think it's her best class. And then she could be
I've tried to do it.
I think it's her best class. Maybe it's not.
No, you give your wife the best ring that you can.
She doesn't need a ring because she's literally just a dual assist bot for me. Like I'll give her reposition and dual assist plus, and she'll just do tons of passive damage for us.
You do whatever makes you happy.
Okay, we'll think about it. Okay?
Okay.
Now, this last one, I've not personally tried it, but Original Raisins co-hosts on a lot of Mecha's content, right? That's how I met him. Extremely smart person. Extremely smart FE player. And I've seen him do Marth Citrine late game, and it looked insane.
I'm willing to try it.
I think he
I'm
did
an Olin
Mage
girl,
Knight.
but
Yeah.
hmm.
So with Mage Knight, let me just talk about the benefit of Citrine on it. Citrine has pretty bad speed, or like middling. It's not like terrible. Really high magic, but like middle speed, right? Marth kind of fixes that. She gets the follow-up from his one of his skills, I forget what it's called. And he has access to Levin Sword as well as a Mage Knight. And Lodestar Rush, which is Marth's engage move, with Mystics, or not Mystics. Maybe it needs to be Mystics, shoot. Okay, maybe that won't work. I was going to say Lodestar Rush scales off of magic, but it might be a Mystic only thing. Well, anyway, that's that. I think it'll be good late game. But for the early game, it's probably going to be Alir Marth, and we'll abuse the Mercurius.
And if we get an Olin ring, that'll free things up a lot,
Oh,
too.
yeah, totally. We need to get lucky, because I'm not going to save Scum for it.
Oh, boy.
All right, so I think that's it. You know, Seedall doesn't need a ring. He'll just chill.
He's just going to be there and dance. He's going to look great when he dances. It's going to be wonderful.
And then these guys are, like, on the squad, but not really. They're chilling in
They're
my
second
back pocket.
string.
Yeah, second string, exactly. And then these guys were probably not even going to put any effort into except Yunaka for the early game. All right, what do you think? Are you happy with this?
I think it's pretty reasonable.
Thank you. I think so too. And we have a pretty good male to female ratio here. Usually when I play, it's all females for some reason.
That's why I'm here.
All right, well, thank you, Glitter, for joining me and sorting out our thoughts.
Of course.
I hope you're excited for this run. I know I am.
Absolutely.
And unless you like back out, I'm just going to tell people what day and time it's probably going to be, if that's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
We're shooting for Wednesdays with this stream series. Wednesdays at 9 p.m. EST. Is that right?
Yeah.
Starting at 9 p.m. EST on Wednesdays, guys. So hope to see you there. We're going to probably start next week unless we need an extra week in between.
I think that sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the content. Leave a like if you did. And please go check out Glitter's channel. She's extremely close to 10K. Please help her out.
No. You don't have to.
Well, I did. I did it. Okay, guys. Hope to see you at the stream series. And until next time, SpeedyHawk and Glitter are out.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Should I apologize
For what?
for all the things that I said? Nah.
That felt like it was scripted, but it wasn't.